watching me. Right on the mic. Okay. This is gonna be a single leg workout. We're gonna smoke one side, then we're gonna smoke the other. I was thinking about 14 rounds. So 7 different things on each leg, but we'll see. We're gonna go. 50 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. We're gonna start in a single side rocker. So we're gonna find, I always start on my left, I don't know why. Start on whatever side you want to start on. So we're gonna find our rocker. We're gonna get onto the left side, loading up that glute, cross the other leg on the other side, so there's not a lot of weight on this one, and we're gonna just rock our glute back. You know what's morning one. So I'm putting pressure down through the outside of my shin here, and I'm loading up the glute as I push my hip to the wall behind me. So from the side, here, loading up that glute nice and strong, making sure I'm not tight in my hip flexor. If I am, I need to adjust how much tilting I'm doing in my hip. Okay, next, same thing, we're going to keep that side loaded. We're going to do grasshopper, I think that's what Pam called it. Here, cross the non-loaded leg in front, find the pressure still on that same side, into that shin, outer shin, push it down into the mat. If you need support, put your hand down on the floor, or if you need higher support, find a higher support. If you're strong, go no support. I'm just going to push back into that glute. Staying strong, pushing down into the ground through the shin. I feel like 60 seconds are pretty, 50 seconds are pretty short. Rock. All right, untether, unwind, and get into a pigeon stretch. Again, pushing through the shin, pushing the hip to the back, loading up the glute. I need a thicker mat. If you can't find this glute work, you can always use a booty band or band around your thighs. It can help engage those glutes. I didn't want to use one today. Sometimes changing how high we are can help engage this too. You have to move around and feel what works for you, but you want to make sure that glute's engaged this entire time. Next, we're going to do a little bit of a get up. So we're going to put that same leg where we're loading, we're going to put in front. We're going to put pressure through the front of the foot, the big toe, outside blade, ball of the foot. And we're going to push the hip back, pushing through the floor as we come up. And then we're going to come back down. Not super slow, we're going to get reps. Making sure we're staying loaded in the glute. We're not loading up the quad too much. We're not putting much pressure in the heel. So hip back, push up, and back down. Push up, and back down. Pushing through the ball of the foot, pushing the hip to the wall behind you, loading up that glute, and up. Now we're not pushing through, we're staying loaded in that glute. Do our drop in again, strong foot, big toe, outside edge of the foot, pushing through the pad, leg on the heel. This leg, not a lot of weight on it as we get into that drop in. So we're going to drop in, pushing through the floor, through the pad of the foot, up to into the glute, opening up the ankle a little bit, opening up the knee a little bit, pointing out, keeping the head in this column. Just pulsing back, so from the side, here, pinching in the front, adjust the tilt in your hips. We don't want pinching in the front. We don't want to tighten that hip flexor. We want the weight, the pressure going into the glute. If you need something to hang on to, find a stick, find a wall. And again, always double check to make sure you're not putting too much weight on that back leg. Okay. And do like a split squat. So we're gonna have something to put our foot on here. And we're just gonna, same thing. Pressure through the pad of the foot to load up the glute. Open up the ankle, open up the knee. Hip goes to the wall behind me. And then I come up. Push, 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 push. Make sure there's no tension in that hip flexor in the front. If there is, adjust how much you're tilting your pelvis, your hips. Hip goes back, head stays in this column, knee stays behind the laces. Lighting up the lateral calf. Mine's lit now. My glutes are lit. Pushing back, back, back. If you want to hold at the bottom for a minute, you can. It's always fun. Any point this gets challenging, use some deep breaths to work through. All right. Same position. Be here. Load up that glute. We're just gonna hold it. Really smoke out that side. If you want even more challenging, get a little deeper. Make sure you're not pushing through the heel, pushing to the pad of the foot. Outside lateral calf is lit, glutes lit. Finding balance. Almost done. She's burning, she's burning. Balance. Again, if you're doing this, you need balance. Find a stick, find a wall. Okay, let's do the other side. Right side for me. So we're gonna find pressure on the outside edge of that shin. We're gonna push the hip to the wall behind us. The head is staying over this leg. And we're just gonna rock it back, putting pressure into that glute, my right glute. Again, if you're not feeling this, adjust how your hips are. If you need to be out a little bit, you need to tuck a little more. I want to make sure we're here though, we're not in the front, and we're not in the quad. All right, into the grasshopper rocker. So here, on that edge, bring that other leg in front. Now if you can't cross this far and you can only be here, that's fine. Just as long as this leg's in front. Wherever it needs to be to feel like you can get into that right glute or whatever side you're working on. I find it hard to get my right shin down when I'm doing right side stuff. Doesn't like to be down. Just rocking it out. Burning out that glute. Unwind that and wind into the other way, into a pigeon. That shin down to the floor as well as you can. Rock it out. Again, my right side is super fun. This one's a little bit nicer to do if you have something to rest up a little higher. So be up a little bit. shin, pushing that hip back, adjusting the hip to make sure we're not pinching in the front. Loading up, pushing through the shin into the glute. Head stays tracked over the loading leg. Ouch. I need a different mat. Hurts. Alright, we're going to do that get up. So, loading leg in front. Strong part of the foot, outside blade in, light on the heel. We're going to step up. And then bring ourselves down. Slowly, not slowly, but as controlled as we can. Hip back, knee opens, ankle opens, we come back. We don't want to be pushing through the heel. You want to be pushing through the strong pad of the foot. Big toe stays down. Outside blade of the foot's down. Strong arch. Strong inside ankle bone, nice and high. Doesn't collapse in. Show you a little bit from the front. So we're here, going back. Everything stays strong in here. So we push up. Trying not to collapse in at all. All right, into that drop in. Again, strong foot, find that foundation. Ankle opens, knee opens slightly out, hip to the wall behind us, pushing back. Again, making sure you're not heavy on that back foot like I just was. My body likes to do that on this side. Always have to pay attention. Knee stays back. Head stays over this loading leg. From the side. Making sure we keep a nice arch in our back. We're not here. Keeping it nice neutral space for our spine. All right. Deep squat, split squat, whatever you want to call it. Bulgarian split squat, kind of. So we're here, strong part of the foot, big toe down, outside blade down, pushing through there, pushing your hip back, keeping the knee behind the laces, keeping your head over this loading leg. And you notice as I go down, this leg kind of rotates in, my non-loading leg. This is natural as opposed to being here. We don't want this, we want this. Because once you go here, you can create this, and we don't want this with our foot. We want the foot to be folded in, not out. I know a lot of people teach out, especially with like a 90-90 stretch, but that's not what we do here. All right, pushing. Hip to wall behind you, making sure that glute is loaded. It is. All right, we're gonna hold that. Find a strong foot, strong ankle, inside, strong arch, strong ankle, knees pointing out, loading at that glute. Get as deep as you want in this to load, or as tall. It's up to you, whatever's gonna work. And hold. It's challenging. Take some good decompression breaths in. So nice slow in, nice slow out. Sometimes on the exhale you can get a little deeper, burn a little more, find those shapes. And time. Now. That was it. That felt like a really quick 14 minutes. I don't know about you, but it was really quick for me. Any questions? Hit me up.